Yeah, the job support scheme is to provide additional support to businesses once the furlough scheme finishes. So it starts from the 1st of October. It is definitely not as generous as the furlough scheme. There is quite a lot of negative press about it, with a lot of businesses struggling to see how they can make it work and what's the benefit for them. But basically it starts on the 1st of November and it runs for 6 months. It's open to it's open to every business, but small to medium businesses have no threshold in order to apply. Larger businesses, they have to have some financial threshold in order to apply. That hasn't been published yet, so we don't know the detail around that, but for small to medium businesses it should be pretty simple. Basically what it says is that you have to have an employee employed in your business for 33% of their contracted time, and then you have to pay them for that 33% of that time. And then for any time that they're not working, it's split a third between the government, the employee, and the company. So this is why companies are struggling to kind of get their heads around it, because essentially you'll be paying for the 33% that they're working plus the third that they're not working, which is 22%. So you'll be paying 55% for them working 33%. And obviously those numbers change depending on the time that they work. It is interchangeable, so you can do it on a week by week basis. So you don't have to do the same pattern for the whole 6 months. And it's you get the money back in arrears through the payroll, so you have to cash flow it and then you get the money back through arrears. With the furlough scheme, we found that because it was a new scheme and because the world was, well, the country was in kind of a panic state, and no one really knew what was going on. Everyone kind of jumped at the furlough scheme, and like certainly within the businesses that we look after about 120 different companies. There wasn't much resistance for people going on the furlough scheme. They saw that as a real kind of benefit, and they saw that as a positive in the situation that they were presented with. We anticipate that won't be the same situation with people wanting to go into the job support scheme, because the employee is doing a third of the lifting of the time that they're not working. So it is likely to be, they're going to take a pay drop, and there's going to be resistance of that. And also because with the furlough scheme, it was kind of, if you remember, it started off for I think it was a 2-month period and then extended. So if anyone did have any concerns, it felt like quite a short time, whereas this has been rolled out for 6 months. So you will be asking employees that, to make that change for 6 months, although it can be altered up and down on a weekly basis, but in their mindset they're making a change for 6 months. So if you are thinking of doing this with any of your teams, it's very important that you get that buy-in, and it's going to have to be documented properly, and HMRC are going to be looking at the documentation to make sure that you're not making any fraudulent claims. So sorry about that noise. So yeah, we would need to make sure that there were changes to the employment contracts, and that there was a proper consultation period to go through any changes that we're looking to make under the job support scheme.